Ward here at LearnTheHarmonica.com. Today we're playing Let Your Conscience Be Your Guide by Rice Miller, also known as Sonny Boy Williamson II. I'm using a C harmonica. I hope you agree that it's a great piece of harmonica playing. And one of the beauties of Sonny Boy II is that he puts in a lot of technique. There's bags of stuff, huge tone, but he was also quite concise. His solos didn't go on too long. The songs were quite short, so they're great song studies for us trying to kind of, take some of what the great players did. So that's why I've chosen this song today, and I hope you're going to enjoy looking at it with me. So in today's YouTube lesson, we'll look at the intro to the song, which is the 12-bar solo that you heard at the start. If you'd like to learn the full song, and there's a solo, there's a couple of simple verse fills as well, and then there's an outro, basically another solo to finish the song. So quite a lot of great playing. Then I have a premium lesson, so check out the link beneath the video if you want to find out more about that. So line A goes like this. Okay, so very short, but there's quite a lot going on if we try and break it down. So we're starting with a 4-draw with a bit of a scoop on it, so with a little bit of a bend on the 4 and then releasing that, and he's doing a hand wah as well. And if you've seen footage of Sonny Boy II, he's got massive hands, the harmonica looks tiny, and he's got this huge wah sound, so you're trying to trap and release that air as much as possible. I have a free YouTube lesson on the technique as well, so do check that out. So trying to kind of pivot and get that kind of wah sound. But then it bends down again and then goes to the 3-draw. So if I slow it down, I won't do the wah. Okay, and then we've got a kind of 2-draw that bends down and rolls to a 1-draw. Sometimes I call that a roll-off, because you're kind of like rolling off the end of the harmonica. But it starts with a bit of a chord. You're kind of starting with 1, 2, 3 and then narrowing your mouth. Like that. So that's what that little weird bit in brackets 1, 2, 3 in the arrow, that's because we're starting with the chord trying to release it. So it's kind of like a slap if you're using your tongue, or just a kind of a narrowing of the mouth. So if I play the line A in full, then something like that. Obviously it's really quite fast, so you want to take it nice and slow to begin with. Line B is just a variation of line A. It looks kind of different on the page, but notice that really it's just that you've added the 5-draw into that first section, and then the second section, instead of starting with a kind of, where you kind of go from a chord and narrow it, he just kind of starts with a bit of a bend and releases it. You will have heard this a lot in your favourite players, that sometimes a note starts slightly flat on purpose and then releases. It's kind of a dwa, rather than it just being completely level. So that line is almost a repeat. And then line C, again he's using his massive hands. It's basically just 2-draw 4 times. Two sets of 2, you can think of them. But bear in mind that really it's, instead of 4 separate breaths, it's kind of 2 separate breaths, and it's just the hand that is articulating them as separate 2 draws. So really I'm just playing 2-draw twice. But then when I add that, and I put a little bit of vibrato on there just to kind of give it some extra emotion. But basically it's the hand that's getting the wah wah sound. What often happens when you try and teach people this is they'll start going, or starting wah wah with their mouth, with their tongue, with their throat. But actually for this example, you just want to use the hand, and if you use too much of the mouth to da, then you kind of soften up on your hand technique and then you don't learn the technique properly. So that's line C, and then we've got, which is kind of a little bit like the lines A and B, because we're starting on that 4-draw with a scoop, big kind of wah sound, but then he's going 4-draw, bend, 4-draw, and then 3-draw with a bit of a scoop. So da do da da 3 4. Okay, and then probably my favourite bit, line E. I'll just love that. I could play that all day. So 2-draw full step bend, again with a kind of wah wah, and then 4-blow with the same, and then 3-draw full step bend, a little out breath, just to kind of balance his air, I think, and then back in with the 3-draw around the semitone bend. So. Doesn't wah that note. I hope you can hear that last bit. The little out breath is barely anything at all, which is why I put it in brackets. It's kind of just a subtle filler kind of thing. So you're not going. You're just doing a little out breath. In, out, in. So you almost don't hear it. And then line F. So 2-draw with the wah wah. Again, it's just one breath, but wah wah. And then 3-draw semitone bend, 3-draw full step bend, 2-draw, 3-draw full step bend, 2-draw. And then finally line G. 2-draw with a nice big vibrato. 2-blow, 2-draw, 2-blow, 1-draw twice. And that takes us to the end of the intro. So at this point, I just want to mention that Sonny Boy's tone was everything. It was so big. And your vibrato is going to make a big difference to this. Your hand wah is going to make a big difference. Obviously, the bending technique is important. But if you can work on getting as rich a vibrato as possible, mine certainly isn't as good as Sonny Boy's. I think few people can play it, like him. And the wah is just so big as well. So I recommend you work on both those techniques. I have 3 YouTube videos on those as well, so do check them out. So that's the intro to Let Your Conscience Be Your Guide by Sonny Boy II. If you'd like to delve deeper into this song and learn every bit he plays throughout the track, then check out my premium lesson. There's a link beneath this video if you want to find out more. And if you're enjoying my premium lessons, why not consider joining my members zone? For $19.99 a month, you get access to all of my premium lessons and tabs. And right now, I have an offer where if you sign up for a full year in advance, you get 2 months absolutely free. I put a link beneath the video to that as well. Until I see you again, good luck with your practice and see you soon. Cheers. Before you go, make sure you subscribe to my channel and click that bell to get free harmonica lessons every single week.